You got this.
I got this.
So I had a couple of surprised guests show up at the old school garage. You'll probably recognize these faces. If you don't recognize these faces, you need to go look up Riding with Alex Taylor on YouTube and Dennis and Alex Taylor on Instagram, Facebook. Dennis, the world famous engine builder.
Oh, engine builder.
And Alex, the world famous everything.
Oh, shoot.
So what's the oldest car you've ever drove?
Probably like the 50s.
We got the 1917 Model T, and she's gonna have to start it.
I'm afraid of breaking my arm.
I'll tell you what, if you can start it, she's afraid of breaking her arm.
I've heard bad stories here. Okay. I mean, I'm excited.
Okay, so there's kind of a trick to them. I mean, the first thing, obviously, always. And by the way, she actually has, what's your T? It's a double T.
It's a 22. Yeah,
1922 double T. And I guarantee after this, she's going to go home and get it running.
Well, he's been wanting to get it running. And so this is, I feel like...
Yeah.
It doesn't do us any good because we don't have time for it.
Yeah.
So you're just screwing us over here.
So, yeah, exactly. I just added something to your schedule. So you always want to make sure the timing is retarded. This is the choke. We don't need throttle. Always make sure this is set because as soon as it starts, it'll run you over.
Okay.
So the key turns to the left. To the left is battery. To the right is magneto. So now we're to the left. Now, all you have to do, it's real simple. It locks in right there, and it's a quarter turn just up. And as soon as it comes up, if it starts, it'll pop that thing right back out. If it don't start, you have to go back down, and you have to one more time.
Okay.
One hand,
Okay.
one motion. You stand right here,
Okay.
Keep
and
your
it's
thumb up, right?
yeah. Well, some people do it like this. I usually just grab it like that and come up. Because it won't kick back on you.
Okay, it's not gonna kick back.
No.
I don't know why I'm nervous. Okay, so.
You gotta push in.
Okay. Right there.
One motion.
Okay.
A nice good pull.
Pull. Push and pull.
Up.
Up. Okay. Okay.
And like just follow through with it up.
Okay.
You don't need to go down.
Is there a side I should stand on that makes this better?
Whatever works for you.
Merlin. What if I'm Merlin? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. No?
Okay, so now you go back in and you pull it up again.
It doesn't kick back.
So
okay.
You want to start about right there.
Okay.
And then just follow through with it up.
Okay, let me try from this side.
Okay.
Okay.
It actually is easier from this side. But you got to be
this side is easier?
from where you're at.
Okay.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Yeah, that works perfect.
All right, so up.
Push in and just pull up, follow through.
And am I going to get my hand out of the way in time?
It's going to pop out as soon as it starts.
So it's not like it's going to keep
going?
No,
it doesn't keep going. And you can kind of, once it goes to the top, you kind of pop the starter out.
Okay.
You got this.
I got this. Can I use two hands?
I wouldn't.
Okay. Man, my elbow. Okay. I don't want to be a sissy, but I like my arm and.
Okay.
Okay, so it's got to come.
So usually what I do, when it gets halfway right there, I get it like that. Now just one good motion up.
What am I doing wrong here? Okay.
Just gotta follow through hard.
Okay, so right there.
Nice and firm all the way. Just follow through real.
Okay, that was closer. I'm seeing what you're saying now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what do I do when it's up here this high?
So what I do is I reset it.
Okay,
right
that's
there.
Reset. Okay. Okay. Come on. Okay.
See, it wasn't that bad.
So bad. No, okay.
See, so now that you know what happens when it starts, you're not as scared to do it, right?
No, that's not so bad now. Okay.
So I make everybody a deal.
Okay.
If you can start it, you can drive it.
Okay.
So, do you remember what we talked about on the pedals?
So
this is throttle.
Throttle.
Okay. The center pedal is going to be reversed. This pedal is trans brake.
Trans brake. And I only use that if I need. No, I use that, and then if I really need brake, I use this.
Yes. So if that brake's not working enough, you can pull on that brake. And this lever's kind of uncomfortable. You either have your leg inside of it or outside of it. It's probably, yeah, best right there. So, okay, so halfway,
which is where it's at.
which is where it's at. If you feel that, get the feel for that on the pedal. Okay. So if you're holding that, you can take the brake off to halfway.
Okay, if it takes off, what do I do?
It won't take off.
Okay.
You can step on this pedal or pull back on that lever, and either of those will stop it. So halfway on that lever will put us in neutral. Pull back and just unclip it. There you go. Halfway or about right there. Okay. And then we'll get that to lock. Okay, so now let off the high-low pedal. Okay, so we're in neutral. That's positive neutral. So we'll practice driving with the I'll call this the safety until you get the hang of being able to hold the high-low in the middle, because you have to hold the high-low in the middle to stop the car. Because your reaction is going to be to step down on that pedal to stop, because you push it on the clutch, and that puts it in first gear. Once we get out and we get some room, you'll be able to focus on it. So we'll leave that alone till we get out of the yard and away from kind of civilization a little bit. And then obviously this is your throttle. We want to put a little bit of timing in it. So probably about halfway. There we go. And the choke is off and the throttle is off. Okay, so
this stays there.
Stays there.
And I just push forward.
And you're going to push forward on we'll call it the high-low pedal.
All the way forward first.
All the way forward is low gear.
I mean, yeah, so low, and then back is
high. But it's not going to go into high until we take this lever off.
We don't want high right now.
We don't want high right now. Because we're kind of going to navigate through the trash cans here. And I want you to kind of feel the steering on it. Okay. Step down on the low pedal, and you can give it a little throttle.
I see what you're saying about steering.
Wish us luck.
I see what you're saying about steering. Where's the brake?
So let off, hit the brake. Brake pedal is this one.
This is brake.
So and it works just like
because that's the trans.
So that's the trans brake. So let off the clutch. Or I call it the clutch. I'm not calling the clutch.
High-low.
Let off the high-low, and it'll stop automatically in neutral so we can go left. Clear here.
Clear.
Nice knowing you guys.
Yeah.
Wish us luck.
We're going to town. We'll be back in a few days. So you keep holding the pedal tight to the floor.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that's going to be low. We'll make a right up here, and then we'll kind of get in the dirt, and I'll
and thumbs up. I got the thumbs up.
Yeah, keep the thumbs up so that you don't bump into something and whack your knuckles. But yeah, you see how it steers kind of loose and kind of goofy?
I feel like I'm driving a boat.
Yeah.
Oh, pedal all the way.
Yeah, you got to hold the pedal. So if you let off the pedal, we're going to stop. So we'll turn left and go down this little dirt trail here.
So I can let off the pedal just a little, but I want it back.
So
what am I doing wrong?
Stepping on the pedal. So you have to literally hold it in low gear. Once we get out on the road, we'll take that brake off, and then you can manage. So if you wanted to say stop right here, you're going to hit the brake and hold the high-low pedal in the middle.
Right?
See, your reaction was to step in on the clutch, right? So that's what you have to get in your head. You have to get in your head, when I want to stop, it's halfway. Because when you step down on it, that's first gear. That's that's almost your most powerful gear.
Totally
so now
opposite of what you're thinking,
now we're sitting right here. Let's say you want to back up. So you would let off the high-low pedal with this in the middle. And then you're going to use your right foot on the brake and your left foot on the reverser. Go ahead and step on the reverser.
Right foot on the brake.
There you go. Now step on the reverser. Let off the brake. Give it a little throttle. So that's reverse. So let off reverse. Then you hit your brake. There you go. Now you want to take off forward.
So if I take off forward, I push down on the high-low.
You're gonna step on the high-low.
How do I? Okay, it's not gonna die. It just gets.
No,
slowly,
it just
okay.
gets chugging.
Okay.
So now what we're gonna do? Go ahead and take that parking brake neutral assembly and push it all the way forward.
Okay. What about these rocks? Do I have to be worried
Yeah,
about these?
you know, these cars were made before they had roads.
Yeah.
Alex, you just make your road as you go.
And it'll be okay.
It'll
Okay,
be
I'm not
okay.
gonna break it. Okay.
So go ahead and take that all the way off.
Okay. Push it all the way forward.
There you go, all the way forward. Now you're going to be managing the transmission 100%.
Okay.
So if we're going to stop, you have to hold it in the middle and push the brake.
So high-low right there.
Yep. Because if
And
you
then
let
hit
out
the-
too far, it goes into high and it'll just take off.
Okay.
You probably don't have enough power to take off, but it will take
Okay.
off.
So then.
So now we want to take off. You basically throttle up and push on the low pedal again. It's kind of, you feel the car twisting.
I do.
Like it feels like it's, so she hasn't felt the twist of a Model T, and she just started giggling because she has her feet on the pedals, and that's where you feel it the most, because the engine is moving and the frame is moving and the seat is moving, and it literally feels like you're going to fall into pieces driving along
It
the
all
road.
feels wrong.
Yeah, it's like a worm. It's just crawling along.
Yeah,
So if you wanted to stop, it's halfway and then
brake.
foot brake.
Okay.
And then if we want to take off, it's,
Oh no.
oh, way to go. That's
Now
a party foul.
Now I gotta start it again. Okay. Retard all the way.
Yeah, go ahead and retard it.
Okay.
I'll let off that pedal
I need to
halfway.
put
Just
this-
no,
oh,
you can just hold it
halfway.
halfway. Okay, put some timing in it.
Okay.
There you go. Okay,
Okay.
we're running again.
All right, back running. All right.
Throttle it up.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Back in action.
so hold that pedal down good and tight.
Good time.
And rev it out. Go ahead and rev it out. Keep revving it. Keep revving it. Keep revving it. Keep revving it out. Okay, now let off that pedal.
Whoa.
Okay. We're in high gear, Alex. So that's high gear. Okay, so now when we come up to a stop,
Yeah.
like let's say we want to turn right here. Go ahead and step on that pedal hard. Feel it slow down. Okay, go left.
Okay.
By the way, that's your instructor Ben right there in the middle of the road. That's Ben's house. Wife.
Hey there.
Go
I'm learning.
let off halfway. There you go.
I'm learning.
Are you doing burnouts all around town?
I mean, this isn't doing much of a burnout, but I'm a little nervous, but we're good. So.
You're good.
Okay.
Figuring it out. Okay,
See
so
you
now
guys.
you're not gonna let off.
I'm not gonna
You're
let
gonna let
off.
off the brake.
Okay.
Throttle it up a little, and
Oh,
then
wait, throttle
yeah,
it up.
throttle it up, and then step on the pedal.
I got it.
So you got to throttle it out pretty good.
Okay.
Go ahead and keep revving it. Keep holding that pedal.
Okay.
You get up till the motor sounds like it's coming apart, and then slip the pedal and let it out. There you go. Just like that. So when you release it into high, when you're putting it in low, it's a planetary set and it's one band.
Okay.
When you let it out into high, it's like 5 clutch discs that are just like discs in a Turbo 400. Now as we're coming up to this light, you'll just want to step down on the pedal and it'll slow down and just roll up here to our stop sign and then half on the pedal.
Okay,
And then we're going to make a right.
Half
So
on the pedal, right there. Okay.
looks
okay.
good. Looks
I
good
can do
over
this.
here.
I can do this.
Make
Now
a right.
Make a right, and I
You're going to step on the pedal and throttle it, and we'll make a right here.
I'm doing it, Merlin.
You're figuring it out.
Now I got
You're
your
like
instruction.
you're like a pro now. So
I'm not.
so from here on out, I'm gonna let you drive it to the house. So we'll I'll tell you where to go, but go ahead and throttle it out, and then let the clutch out or let the into high gear. How fast do you think we're going?
I feel like I'm flying. I'm gonna say 30. Oh!
26.
That feels fast enough.
Okay, so now if you wanted to slow down, you don't have to push in on the clutch. You don't have to push in on the have to push in on the pedal. You just ride the brake a little bit. The trans brake will bring us down. Okay. Right?
Yeah.
So down here at the bottom of the hill, believe it or not, I've had this going 58 before. Yeah, it's scary. You feel the steering, right?
Yeah.
So yep, up in RPM, and then let out. Now we're in high gear now. We survived.
That was so awesome. This is great. This is great. All right, yeah, Dad's got to start working on it now. Actually, I'll help him, but he's got to find some wheels for ours now.
That's good enough right there.
Okay.
So now you just let off into neutral, right?
I just did that. I did backwards.
You want to step in on the clutch. Yep. That's your reaction. So when you get that big old double T running, you're going to have to really concentrate on that pedal, because I know a guy that almost killed his friend because he panicked and he stepped so hard on the pedals, it just drove into a toolbox in a shop. So that is very important. Make sure you kind of make sure this little thing is adjusted right. So there's an adjustment on that actually holds that pedal in neutral, and if it isn't adjusted right, yeah, it'll try to take off on you.
That was so cool.
You know the cool thing? Now you get to teach me how to drive my 22 truck.
That's what I told her.
Because I had a dad that knew how to do that stuff. He loved my truck. I never took the time to finish it while he was alive. I mean, he drove those things when he was a kid. Now I don't have anybody teach me until now.
Well, yeah, Merlin taught me.
It's kind of interesting. She was pretty confused. We went down a little bit of a dirt road, and she kind of. I made her back up. I made her do some things that really it just adds confusement to it when you start using reverse. But then I made her just kind of drive it all the way here. Like, she had to go down the highway, and she thought she was doing 100.
I stopped to talk to him on the side of the road, and got it going again. And
Desiree's going to take you and show you this hot rod. You guys can go have fun.
Oh shoot! What is this?
So this is
this is a hot rod.
This is a hot rod. Okay.
Okay.
It is a cool hot rod too.
Oh man.
That's a John Deere diesel engine.
Holy crap. Huh. Little 3-banger.
Little 3-cylinder. The thing is actually just a hoot. So it's just like a golf cart, but it steers. It is twitchy as hell.
Okay.
And it's quicker than you think. So this is forward and reverse. And obviously it's a golf cart, so it has golf cart brakes. It has way more power than it has brakes.
Okay. You got a lot of toys that have the potential to kill you. Okay.
I think it's it'll release automatically. Just throttle it just a little tiny bit. That's locked. It'll unlock. Just tap the throttle once. Okay.
Something's unnatural about it, man.
Good luck. Oh, by the way, when you get going up the road, look back because you're rolling cold.
Okay. Do you drive this thing around here a lot?
It's a good grocery getter.
I can see that. Can't wait to do it.
Now you're on a straightaway, so just pin it. You don't need a brake, just. Tell them we lost our brakes.
Are you sold?
Yeah.
You like it?
I live in here. I am. The golf cart sold me. That's the greatest thing. It literally rolls coal. It's a golf cart.
I want this golf cart.
I want this golf cart.
This thing, he's got some cool stuff, but I'm not sure this isn't the coolest.
I'm like looking back. You gotta see it. Like going up, like.
It's like baby coal clouds coming out the back.
It is.
So
it's so great.
It's real simple. Turn the key on. You push the button there. That lever's reverse. You flip it over for reverse.
Just
back
like
and forth.
regular
standard golf cart. But you have to push that start button there to start it, and this is key on. And then if the temperature gets climbing, that all the way up's the fan. But I usually don't flip it on until it's 200. But you guys can rip it all over. So over that way is reverse, and then back over. Yep. And it shifts easy. It shifts good. It'll release when you step on the throttle.
You got a sidebar to hang on to. Going for a ride in a diesel golf cart. Yes, it rolls cool.
Cold rolling golf cart.
I got the engine right here. What blows me away is the inside of the engine.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
So
What?
Out of here.
No way.
So we did steam clean it. It did have a little bit of mud, but these are the original push rods.
Oh my god.
Those are the original lifters. That's the original camshaft.
What? You look at the lobes.
All of it.
I just have a hard time with this, man.
Like even look at the ports. Like
I would not. Wow.
yeah.
Well, look at the chrome underneath your.
Exactly.
I guess you call that hard
That's
water.
the hard water that I was telling you about. That's on everything. You see it build up on here. That's what the intake looked like. And,
So that obviously did not have water in it.
well, but it did.
How
So
could it be that nice?
all of the cylinders looked just like that, and they were completely full of water.
When you said that it looked decent, it doesn't just look decent.
No, like it's
It
phenomenal.
looks really good.
So I'm going to grab a spark plug because these are different spark plugs. These spark plugs, they were completely inundated with like the aquagga mussels that we have up and down the Colorado River.
Yeah.
So we literally had to chisel around them. But as we were unplugging the spark plug wires, the spark plugs were coming out.
Pulling the porcelain out. This is how thick the ring is.
Yeah, that's what's left of it. Oh,
it just
breaks.
The threads were rotted off.
Even worse. So I've got to say, I've literally tried everything, every recipe that anybody has ever come up with for removing hard water, and nothing will touch that.
Really?
I've tried all the mixes of the different acids and vinegars and different things that people use, and nothing. It'll change the color of it, but it won't remove any of it. It's so crusty. And so this right here is a spark plug.
Oh. It completely ate the threads off of it. But
So we took the threaded part out with a easy out,
it just unscrewed.
and it unscrewed out of the motor.
Wow.
That's so crazy.
So not all of the cylinders were open, obviously. Only about, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them. But just random, like one over here, one over there, one back there. Like it wasn't like all on one side.
It's just funny what the water decided to attack. And it's obviously different alloys and different,
Obviously, you see the front pulley.
And the front of the head looks like it's just about rotted away.
Right. And the freeze plugs are all gone. The oil pan is held together with duct tape at this point. But this cover, like, why wouldn't that cover go away?
And those covers do go away.
I know, normally.
They eat out in here from just the water in the motor.
So I had a guy tell me that they rot out here and they'll actually leak water into the crankcase.
Exactly.
Because that's normally the water pump seal. But
We were talking that if like we opened up an engine at home that sat outside or something, like if you just opened it up and looked in there, it'd look so much worse than what something
100%.
underwater.
I've had motors that have sat in the rain one cycle and they're ruined. Like I gotta bore them. I gotta sleeve them. I gotta do something with
them.
them.
You got more than just a interesting story. I think there's like a science project with
There's
all of this.
some point to that.
So it's funny you say that because where this thing was on Lake Powell, it's pretty interesting. There's 2 different regions that come together. One of them is like a blue clay and sand. The other is red clay, like the kind the Indians made their pottery out of. And it had both types of clay in it. So my thought was, because the crankcase was full of oil, the cylinders were full of oil and gas, when that water filled that up, that oil changed the chemical reaction of that water.
Oh. Well, there's a carb job for anybody.
But yeah, it was like a project all by itself. The only thing inside of the engine that we found rusted was the timing chain. Because the fuel pump on your side over there was rotted off and gone. And when we were pulling the boat out, it was oozing something out of that hole, and it didn't look, it was like a white, milky, like not even like water and oil. It was something I've never seen before. But it did come out that fuel pump hole. So at that point, because the boat was full up to here with mud, the oil pan was sealed because it was clay, and it still had the water in it. When we pulled the motor out here, the water drained out of the oil pan, we pulled the heads off, and there was water in every cylinder.
I just don't get it.
Hi there, everybody. Hope y'all enjoyed that series on the Yellow Submarine. It was super fun. We had to make all of those videos before we could put any of them out because we wanted to surprise the original owner. Also, welcome to all the new subscribers. I appreciate every one of you. And we're going to get back on track with our normal Sunday videos. We may produce a little bonus video once in a while. Happy New Year, everybody, and thank you for watching.